Welcome back and now tune into the other side of sports. I'm your host, Laws in the building, rocking out. It's me and Aaron. Uh Jeremy gonna join us in a little bit. He trying to get in on these picks. We ready for the football season to start. We already gave you the picks. If you try and get breaded, go check out the Lock Factory. We done gave y'all all the picks. On this joint though, I might be a little. I'm gonna take a little couple chances, dog, because here you can kind of just play it however you want. So just for those who don't know, we got the Pick'em League, and it's $50. And so we pick the games each week throughout the entire season, and at the end, whoever reigns victorious gets to hold up the gift card for 200 bills. Last year, Aaron was the victor. It was a little controversy at the end, but you came through unscathed, though. Uh, this year we back in the saddle. We already know it's Stern's orders. You already know what's going on, so we ready for it. We have a lot of stuff on tap today. First things first, we have the question of the day. Now this is a good one. Shout out to my man Van sending this question, and I curtailed it a little bit just so we could like have a discussion about it. Um, so without further ado, we get into this question, and we can talk about it. Yeah. All right. Question of the day comes in. It says, I've been dating this girl for the past 2 years. Everything is great in our relationship. She's everything I've pretty much been looking for in a woman. I was thinking about proposing to her next year until she told me a secret that I haven't been able to shake. I'm really at a loss for what to do and want your thoughts. The secret she told me was that she used to have sex for money and worked as a stripper for a short stint during her college years. We're 10 years removed from that time, but I can't help be affected by it now. I know that's her past and really shouldn't have any impact on our relationship now, but it is. I guess there's a fear I might cross paths with her past at some point and won't know how to react. Am I being immature or is this a legitimate concern I'm dealing with? What should I do? Jeremy, you just jumped on this thing. I know you heard the last piece.
Man, yo,
Is it
that's
legitimate concern or what?
that's a concern that you got this far into the relationship. You're engaged. Is that correct? Because that they're
No, they're
engaged.
not engaged yet.
Oh,
He said he was thinking about it. She's everything he want. He think about putting a ring on it. And then she told him this secret.
yeah, man. That's that's tough, man.
You
That's
want
tough.
everything out on the table before you jump the broomstick, don't you?
Yeah, man. The whole like honestly, what gets me is the having sex for money. That's the part. And,
I'm gonna
and,
tell them a secret. They all do it. It's just in different forms, dog. Different currency. It's in a different currency. Like how you getting paid up front is you getting a payment plan where it's coming out on date one, date two, date three, date four. You know what I mean? Like whether people like it or not, that's pretty much what the mo is. It's just how what forms of payment you accept
uh-huh.
and on what terms.
That might be able to help my man take it, dog. That might maybe help him to put it in perspective.
And it hasn't hurt you obviously if you was thinking about proposing to the joint before you found this information out. So
Hmm.
why you gonna let something that don't really affect you? He talking about is it gonna cross paths? You'd be surprised how many jokers you done played ball with, shook hands with, dap up, that 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 they had the Lebo when you're younger. You so no, you just better chill out, keep it moving, act like you probably shouldn't have asked because it probably came up from you asking stupid questions or something like that. Dog, just let it be. Clearly, it hasn't been a problem, other than the fact that you know it and you thinking about it.
Hey man, that's real mature of you, Aaron. I don't know, man.
But it's kind of the truth. But
It's
jokers just
true,
don't be
but
knowing. If you got a real scouting report on your youngin on everything she did from the time she started, which probably was like 15, 16, to 40 years old now in our age bracket, dog, that Jill would have a lot of Bama shit crying in the corner.
that's true,
In the
man.
fetal,
That's
dog.
true.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, every youngin done something, dog. So you just not, it's not like you gonna leave this jump, kick her to the curb, jump back in the pool, and then find another youngin
Better,
who ain't got wet.
yeah.
Like
Like who do
you
these
just
dudes be
not.
thinking they are? You think the only dude on the planet that'll get the youngin open? You think you the only joker? Or it make you feel better that you feel like you had to work for it versus a joker just showing up and cut the check or open his wallet up?
I don't know, man. I don't know what like. Yeah, I mean, nah, it's real. You kept it all the way a buck. I mean, you just got to keep it moving, dog. You know what I'm saying? If you really like the Joan, you feeling her like that, you just need to go ahead. I mean, like Aaron said, you wasn't had no reservations before the fact. You know, I mean, 2 years. You want to renege on the 2 years?
On some old information, some old intel. Dog, stop it.
Well, I
Look,
mean,
y'all speaking facts. I'm just gonna sit here and say this. I'm probably going to still stay with them, knowing that it was that long ago. But it's gonna. I'm gonna think about it for a little bit. It's
she
gonna
was
hurt a
busting
little.
it. She was busting it open.
It's gonna hurt a little.
It's gonna come up
That,
in the argument
that's
when the real bad argument come up.
You had your milkshake out here on the table, and then letting everybody.
You worry
Yeah,
about me
nah.
liking pictures on Instagram and you was out here XYZ. You know how jokers are.
Mm.
Yeah, dog. You got. I mean, literally, if you need to get counseling, just get counseling, dog. To kind of grapple with through whatever you need to do. But I mean, it is what it is. So you got to. I mean, if Bama's look at your track record, is that Jones squeaky clean? I mean, you sound kind of little herbish, but I mean, if you
His
check
Dre probably clean as a whistle. That resume
you,
clean.
ch- you check your Equifax, is your Jones straight or is your Jones dirty too? Because you could be out here with him. Yeah, man, you gotta keep it moving, dog. Keep it moving.
And stop asking dumb questions.
Yeah, no, don't get involved. Speaking of squeaky clean, no longer. Clinton Portis, dog, guilty of fraud, faces up to 10 years in prison. Is he going to jail?
He definitely going to jail.
Dog, I remember when this whole thing got reported off, like initially, and I hollered at some of my sources, and they was like, that's connected to the NFLPA that was doing the investigation looking into the Joan, because apparently they was taking money from the insurance claim, Joan, for like fraudulent injuries for ex-players and taking the money and buying whips and doing all types of stuff and kind of swindling Bammers into doing some funny business with the money. And Clinton Portis was among the ones cited in that. And I just remember talking to my source, and them Bama's like, young, the Bama going down, dog. Not right now, but it's just a matter of time. The funny business was at hand. Dog was done in the dark. Always, first of all, you can't mess with the money at them levels, dog.
They watching.
They watching everything.
Especially since they didn't want to give it up anyway. So they gonna really be watching.
Right, dog. Bama's had the concussions and everything. And they was like, nah, we can't get a bread up. Like, dog, my man can't even walk down the steps. What is you talking about? You can't give him no bread. So they wasn't trying to give really legitimately hurt Bamas from the game bread. And here you go trying to swindle under the table and think you gonna walk off into the sunset. You on TV, you doing the color commentating and all. Oh, that's a wrap. There's a rap city in the basement for all of it. It's terrible, dog. Clinton, come on, bro. You got to be smarter, dog.
You know that lifestyle is addictive, dog. When Bama's come from making a certain amount of money, and he was here, so we saw how Portis was out here spending it, living the lifestyle. So it's hard to go from that back to living a regular middle class lifestyle, dog. Bama's got to supplement that income that's not coming in the way it was, and they probably thought they had a jug, dog. But you can't play with the feds like that. When you mess with the money, they gonna come knocking on your door every time.
Like Aaron said, man, you can't go to Josephine's, you can't go to Shadow Room, you can't go to the park every night, man. You gotta
he was out there heavy. He was out there.
Can't go to Fly Lounge. Can't go to what was I Bar back in the day. You can't go to that every night, man.
He back to taking youngins to Applebee's now. That's why he out here running fraud. The youngins ain't going like they used to when you take them to Applebee's.
Dog, them checks. Dog, Bama had to start budgeting, dog. You know the money different when you got to start budgeting. Bama's like, yeah, let me see what we gonna do. You start looking at the count heavy. That's when you ain't looking at the count. That's when the money flowing. That's when the money flowing like Camp Crystal Lake out here flowing, dog. But when that junk dry up, Bama's like, hold on.
I'll let you know in a couple of days.
You already know them Roof Chris Dennis on hold, dog. Clint, dog. I hope he don't do time. You think he going to jail?
That's the feds. He going to jail.
Yeah. This ain't no state or local joint.
Anytime you plead like this, he basically went from probably looking at 20 years or something to they now going to probably gave him like, we'll let you do 18 months, something like that.
Oh yeah, but he got to see the bars though. He gonna be behind bars though. Dang.
And the evidence they had for him to plead guilty with 10 years being the sentence,
it was no wiggle room, dog.
It was over.
No, it was no wiggle room.
This ain't the local authorities, dog. When the feds
it's
come
like
knocking,
like Shaq bear hug you, dog. You ain't going nowhere, dog.
Nobody but Boosie beats the feds, dog. Nobody.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a bad week, and I know we're gonna talk about it a little bit later. But it's been a bad couple weeks for Miami, the U. Just 2 weeks ago, they arrested and charged the teammate of Brian Petta. Remember he was murdered. Was it 2006 or something like that? Yeah, they arrested and charged his teammate. You have Clinton Portis now with this, and then I know we're gonna talk about something a little bit later. It's a bad few weeks.
Yeah. Dang, dog, Miami. I mean, it's nothing but trouble down there, Joan. Anyway, dog, it's hot, youngins.
Can you imagine being in college down there, dog?
Dog, you can't do no schoolwork. What you mean?
Can't do it. Let alone be in your playbook.
I mean, the U players had more access than the Miami Dolphins. They were saying.
I believe it. I believe it. Dog.
And Dolphins players were backing that up, saying, yeah, they had more clout in the city.
Crazy, dog. Crazy. Speaking of back it up, Paul Pierce slanders ESPN, basically says, I'm not apologizing.
On YouTube.
Hold on, yeah, how we gonna get strike, dog? He had the youngest busting it open, dog, on the thing. That's him. He said he not apologizing. He said that ESPN, all they want to do is talk about LeBron James all day. He said that. He said he said all these other players, they talking about his agent saying like he need to apologize and all that because it can mess up his Hall of Fame. He said all these jokers be doing stuff, dog. He said they just hide it. So he was like, I ain't do nothing illegal.
The joint is just wild.
He said
go ahead.
Go ahead.
If he'd had naked boys in the background, they wouldn't have fired
him. Stop, you can't.
This is a fact.
No, not boys.
They had clothes on. He's a single grown man.
Yeah, he is. He said that he's like, I'm not even married. He said these jokers in the league and all around that work at the state. He said they married out here running around. If the wives and families knew what they was doing, they be holding their head down in shame.
That
He said,
that's
I'm out here regular.
that's true because Mike Tirico was wreaking havoc when he was working for ESPN.
That
It
boy
is
head, Bible head,
documented.
He was the
Mr.
king of
Potato
the
Head,
herb
Bible
looking
doing
Bama's. I
what?
couldn't believe it.
He was wreaking
What?
A
havoc, bro.
tyrant,
He was
dog.
no way, dog.
You
No
got
way.
just go
Mike
on Google.
Bald
You'll
head,
you'll just go on
Boogeyman
Google.
Tarico. What?
Little Uncle Fester looking joker out here terrorizing, dog.
Just go on Google. Mike Tirico was wreaking havoc
Yo,
while he was there.
hammerhead, shark head type Batman.
No, the joint boggles my mind. Like for real, the nigga wasn't that well. The dude wasn't that good at his job. So it's like was he really necessary? Whatever. I think they was paying him like what $250 a year. They probably just wanted to cut.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Trim that
Yeah.
salary, just get him off the books. And they're gonna use something that I feel like is absurd. Like if Stephen A. Smith would have done this, they wouldn't have fired him.
Nah, they
Or
wouldn't.
one of their bigger, you know what I mean? One of the people they
Yeah.
actually wanted on the network.
Bigger
I feel like
talking
they're
heads.
using this as an excuse. They really fired this Bama for being straight, though. That's crazy.
And I believe they
He was
felt like
chiefing. It's the
like
bad image. The image.
I
I
don't
think
want
they
to hear it,
also
though.
felt that like Paul Pierce should have apologized when he was just like, nah. They thought he
For
was
what?
gonna fall in line. That's where they kind of were like, all right, we got to do something right now, you know. But yeah,
He didn't accidentally stream it to ESPN. This was his personal IG. I don't
That's
understand
true.
what the problem is, though. What are
He
you
didn't pull a
apologizing
Rachel
for?
Nichols.
I'm sorry that I had naked youngins in the room with me as a grown 40-something-year-old man. Like, what are you apologizing for? If it would have been a bunch of boys in bikinis, I guarantee you, nothing would have
Yo,
happened, dog.
Man, if anything, he should only be fired for them youngins being, you know,
Weak.
yeah. that's the part where I'm like, yeah, bro.
yo,
And whoever Nikki is or Nicole that he was calling for, yeah.
I accept that.
yeah. Yo, the Bama's out here though. But I mean, yeah. So, do you think he said he got the Bitcoin that Joan Ethereum or whatever the Joan called got him breaded more than the ESPN
Ethereum.
Jones?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was only making
Ethereum.
$250,000. You know, we was laughing at that joint back when this joint happened. Like I thought this
Mm,
band was getting like 2 mil, 3 mil. I ain't
nah.
getting up out the bed early in the morning from making 20 million a year to get 250K. That's out the question.
Oh yeah, the motivation different. The motivation different.
That's why he like, man, F that job. Like he ain't tripping.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, you know, you can just start a podcast. That's what everybody do now. Just hop on YouTube, start a podcast. Matter of fact, while you on here now, subscribe. Go ahead, click that subscription button. Go ahead, share the jump with like 10 other people. You gotta get our numbers up, dog. We trying to do numbers this year. Uh, what's up with your boy, young?
Hey, why y'all coming for my man, yo?
Come on, Jeremy. Get your mans,
That's
dog.
Is
What
that
is
a
up with this
toupee?
Bama outfit?
he is the reason I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. I can't explain this. I mean,
Bama
I just
got on
can't.
a kid Miami Hurricanes bubble jacket. He got on skinny jeans. Like I can't even do a close up on this jump, but the skinny jeans got like colorful dots on the jump, like somebody did an art project on them jumps. And then he got the wood of those on his feet.
Those are Herman Munsters. That shit look crazy, dog.
Oh my god! Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's probably 5K, but the joint's still trash.
Yo, bro, you can't show up to the event like this, dog. Where your kids at to be like, Dad, don't go out the house like this, bro. You got to switch it up.
But
This is when.
this is a sign of the old dudes that's still outside trying to get the 20-something-year-old youngins.
Mhm.
So he trying to dress a little bit like he a part of the culture still, like he know what's going on.
That's about to be Dale Curry soon.
I heard he was
Yeah.
already outside.
Oh yeah, he out full fledged now, dog. This Bama done took his raincoat off. He going all the way outside. He going all the way. No parachute, dog. So I mean, yeah, dog. You gotta get your mans, dog. I know that's your mans, dog. One more time, yeah. Come on, right? Come on, Mike. Come
The
on,
funny thing
dog.
is, I saw the photo and I was like, okay,
Is he?
Edgerrin James, and then I was like, hold on, is that Michael
Is
Irvin
the
next to
Bama
him?
doing drug? Is he back on the drugs? Yeah.
What you mean back? He was off? When?
Yeah, you right, dog.
What year? What
Yeah,
year?
you can't shake them Jones, dog. Cause it looked like that looked like a drugged outfit, dog.
And he back in Miami too? That's the motherland of the coke, dog. You already know he tooted.
Ah, dog. Yeah, he done. He done. Uh, Ben Simmons, y'all wanted some basketball. He requested trade out of Philly. Don't nobody want this man. How you gonna request a trade when nobody really wants you like that? And the people who want you, they not trying to give up nothing of value to get you. I mean, do you want Ben Simmons? Would you take him here on the Wizards?
No, 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 no.
Depending on what you give up. If you giving up peanuts, I say why not?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the weakness of the team now is the point guard position.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You don't like Dinwiddie?
One, I forgot they signed the Joker, but yeah, so you might have to, because he's not gonna come off the bench and he can't shoot. So yeah, you're right.
I mean,
Dog, you
basically,
getting a guard, a Draymond Green guard.
I mean, I
Draymond
think
Green might shoot better than this Bama, dog. Honestly.
now that's a fact because Draymond at least will shoot the rock. I mean,
Yeah.
he has skill. Like we can't act like the Bama's complete
Yeah.
trash. It's
Okay.
hilarious
That's a fact.
that it's hilarious that as a guard he can't shoot free throws and he just refuses to shoot the ball. But the Bama still has talents that are off the charts that no other guard is his size. Like he got
Mhm.
good court vision. He plays really good on ball defense. He's got the length, and you know what I mean. He could change shots around the basket. He can rebound. So there are things that you can build off of. You just have to have the correct team around him. You can't have a big slow center that wants to be a small forward playing around the perimeter. Like they just didn't really fit together. You got to have shooters around him. Like you could send him to like the Warriors, a team like that. You know what I mean? A team with a bunch of shooters around him. He could play with the Nets. You know what I mean? Like it's certain teams that he could play with, but
Well, he said wherever he go, he gotta be the point guard. That's what he said. He gotta be the point guard.
and that's fine. But he can't be the point guard on a bunch of non-shooters. He has to have shooting around him to space the floor because he's
Mhm.
going to get to those points where you know what I mean. Like if the floor is not spread and guys playing zone or cheating down in the paint, they're gonna start fouling him on purpose to because he's gonna get scary and start playing hot potato with the basketball.
Mhm.
And that's also partially coaching. Like it's just a guy got to know if you don't take that open shot, you're gonna come sit beside me. The fact that he still refused to shoot, I don't care if you miss or not. You got to keep the defense honest by at least making the attempt.
Yeah.
And development, dog. That's coach. That falls on coaching to me.
Hmm.
Did you see the report that came out earlier today about Ben Simmons and why exactly he wants out?
What is that?
They said that he didn't like Doc Rivers' comments after the Game 7 loss when Doc Rivers was asked, do you have trust in Ben Simmons? And he was like, at the moment, I don't really know. So he said that was like the straw that broke the camel's
That
back.
wasn't even a real slander, dog. Because if I'd have been a head coach, that Bama would have been trying to square up with me. Because I would have said it's unacceptable that a guard is afraid to shoot the basketball
Damn, man.
in a game where we need the best players in our team to step up. It's unacceptable. And no, I don't have trust in this Bama. And you can take it how you want to take it.
The crazy thing is, me as a fan, I'm not asking him to be shooting at a 45-50% clip. I'm just asking for you to shoot the ball so you keep the defense honest.
Yeah,
That's
just make
all.
the attempt. That's all.
If you shoot and you miss, all right, cool. But if you just not going to shoot, like, they just
Dog.
going to take you out the game.
So I know scrubs at the gym who shouldn't be shooting at all,
And let
going
it
to
fly.
take shots. That
He's a
the
coward.
Ben
That's
Simmons-
part of it. He's definitely a coward. Like you under the basket and you avoiding taking a shot so you won't get fouled and go to the free throw line. Like there's a mental aspect that I feel like he's trying to point the finger at everybody else, but
Mhm.
that's on him. Whether
Yeah,
he need to
nah, I
see a
agree.
sports psychologist or grow some nuts, one or the other, like that's on him.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And another thing is maybe it's a misevaluation by the league. Like I get that it's fancy. He's 6'10". He can handle the rock. He got good court vision. Maybe he's not a point guard. Maybe he's a small forward shoot better than that. Maybe he's a power forward who you allow to handle the rock like LeBron. And that's probably why he's like adamant about playing the point guard position, because he knows what the evaluations are coming back as now. Like if people knew this, there's no way they would let him play point guard. Like if he was playing another position with that free throw percentage and refusing to shoot, people wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, if he was a small forward, nobody really would care.
Yeah, or a power forward. But the fact that he has the ball in his hand so much and that he's labeled a point guard, that's why it's so absurd to everybody. Like, what's wrong with this dude?
Yeah, do you think he gets out? I mean, he said he's not showing up to training camp. He said he's not rocking with the mob, none of that. So will he get out or will he have to come back?
I don't know the owner like that, so I can't see if he's going to play chicken with a guy like this, but you're not going to get anywhere near what the return you would need for him. So I think you make him prove that he's not showing up.
Yeah, you just gotta wait it out, to be honest. No, don't make any moves until he has to make his decision.
Let's see what his financial advisors is like. Let's see if he living check to check or if he got a stash.
Let's see what Clutch Sports gonna advise him, because they under some fire right now.
What you gonna do, Benny?
He should have done this before the draft. You're never gonna get the return that you will warrant at this point.
I thought the Philadelphia 76ers would have tried to trade him before the draft. I thought
they did, but they couldn't because the Ballard don't shoot the rock.
Yeah, and they couldn't get what they wanted.
Daryl Morey was asking for way too much, according to the reports. I feel like that Warriors trade that'd have been pretty good.
For the young center, what was that?
It was gonna be Wiseman, I believe Wiggins, Wiseman, and another player, and 2 first-round draft picks.
Yeah, you'd have had to take that. I get the fact that Wiseman's a center, and then you also have
what?
Embiid, but you could move Wiseman after that and get something else.
Yeah, man. That was what the Warriors reportedly offered the 76ers.
Remember they offered Harden for the Bama and they said no?
Yeah, that was
nut jobs, dog.
That one was like a straight up trade too.
No, we say it's all simple, though. It's not. Sports is not hard, though. It's not.
Let them call me. You can have the whole Wizards for Harden.
Dog. All right, college football. It started back up with Aaron. You make some money this weekend? Did you mess with it?
I ain't messing with the college. It's too many variables.
No, the college joke, though. That joke will burn a hole in your pocket. You ain't careful, bro.
I don't have enough intel based on like the way stuff is going now. I'm out to lose, dog.
Yeah, dog. I don't watch. I mean, I only watch I don't watch college football because it's on Saturday. So I don't really watch it like that to be able to like be in it to be like this is about to happen. But I do know this. Alabama real, dog. Still. Alabama mud holes Miami. Shout out to Sportstalk, Tasha. I'm sorry. They mud hole these Bamas something ridiculous. From jump start, dog. And Bryce Young, he looked like the real deal. I mean, Miami just didn't look. This is the thing. We talk about it all the time. When you talk about like being prepared to play games, Miami just didn't look prepared for this game, dog. They just didn't look prepared. Alabama looked prepared, and Miami did not look prepared. And it just showed on the scoreboard. And that's just it. Did you watch the jump? Aaron, did you peep it? What your thoughts, John?
Man, I just saw the score, so then I said I ain't watching it. As soon as I saw the score, I just turned off. I was like, I ain't wasting my time with this. Yeah, Miami, it's funny because now they're ranting and raving about their head coach and how he needs to be gone.
No, Bama just got there.
And I'm just like, yeah, like, this is Alabama.
They picked them, dog.
This is Alabama y'all going up against.
Did they really think they had a chance, dog?
According to the Hurricane fans, yeah. They thought this was a new beginning. They were talking about getting revenge from the national title game in 91 or 92.
Dog,
That's the
you think
last
Nick
time they
Saban
played.
going for that, dog? Nick Saban is the college Bill Belichick, dog.
Right.
He's not playing no games with nobody, dog. He getting grown men on his team, even if he gotta pay him. The Bama Nick Saban on a quietly, he ahead of the curve of a lot of coaches. Like when stuff coming down the pipe, he like in the public talk about it like terrible, like oh I'm not messing with that, blah blah blah. But behind the scenes, this Bama be playing players, doing everything he gotta do to make sure his roster real. He
The
don't care.
Belichick tree, dog. They're gonna over prepare. Like it's not gonna be any situation or scenario that happens on the field where you're gonna like shock Nick Saban or have it, or his team not gonna be ready. So it's literally like playing Belichick in the league. So I feel like that intimidation factor is like fighting Mike Tyson back in the 80s and 90s, though. Like before the game even start, these Bama's already feel like they're at a disadvantage. Then he got more talent than you. Then his old line is league ready. So
League ready. This is the thing. You talk about like winning games, and it's always starts in the trenches, though. This Bama, quiet as kept. Bama always got a stout defensive line and a stout O line every year, dog.
facts.
Them the two jokes that's on point. And then he gets speedy receivers that got wheels, and a quarterback that can make good decisions with high pocket time. Like
That's the formula, dog.
that's their
It's
formula,
easy.
dog. Get big Bama's the block. So your running game gonna be look real. Your passing game gonna be real because Bama's ain't gonna be able to get to your quarterback. Get speedy Bama's on the outside, and then get a front full on the defensive end that can cause so much pressure that even mediocre Bama's in the secondary can get picks and do stuff because the pressure that y'all generate is just out of control. So
And college is the opposite of the league in a way that the better you are, the better the players you get. Like in the league, you got to be trash to get the top elite players
mhm,
out of the draft. The more you win in college, the more the best players in the country want to come play for you because they want to
facts.
win too. So it's almost no parity at all in college football. So as long as he continues to win, he's going to get the best picks of the players available in the country, and he's going to keep the party going.
Yeah. You think the NIL will have any effect, young? The name,
You t-
image, and likeness?
Um,
I mean, it, it,
Go
it
ahead.
could, but when you winning like that, he got access to when you in these college towns like Alabama, some of these other SEC schools where they don't even have NFL teams. Like this is the only thing bigger than that in that area is church. Outside of that, dog, that's their religion. So they got access to all of their millionaires and people that's doing well down there that went to Alabama alumni. They funneling the same bread to them players that you mean places like LA or New York where in the
Mm-hmm.
league everybody funnels to. It's not necessarily that way in college sports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You gonna say something, Jeremy?
Now, I was just saying with NIL, I mean, it's just going to more help the individual player. I don't think we're going to see a large swing when it comes to the blue bloods schools,
Mm-hmm.
um, because they already made their presence is known. Their tradition is there. So people are just going to be like, you know what? Yeah, I might be able to, if I go to this school, they might be able to provide an opportunity for me to make, an extra $50,000-$60,000 for the year, but you know what? We're probably gonna not be good, or we're gonna be okay. And I want to win a national title, and I want to get to the NFL. So yeah, I don't think it's enough to change the
Mm-hmm.
stronghold that an Alabama or like the SEC has. I think they'll just be more competitive teams that'll come to the mix, but those guys at the top, like Alabama and well, really Alabama's in the class of their own, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest. Then you get to like your Ohio States, your
Mm-hmm.
Oklahomas, and them, Clemson and Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think that's going to change. I don't think it's going to change the top. I just think the probably the second, third, fourth level of teams are probably going to get more competitive that way.
Mm-hmm.
The only exception to that rule would be if a team started trying to pull a 2000s Redskins and like overpay everybody, like make an example, like, hey, if you want to come here, we kicking out $2 million for sea level. You know what I mean? Even the sea level Bama's is getting breaded. You could funnel a bunch of top tier recruits that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because BYU, what they did is I think they guaranteed at least something for everyone on the team. Like, and when I say something, at least some of them
Some popcorn or
yeah,
something.
but at least there was something. There was an opportunity, a name, image, and likeness opportunity for
Okay.
everyone. University of Maryland, I know before the ruling came down, they were already prepping in
Okay.
case this came down. So if I think in the next couple of years you'll see Maryland also be one of those
Yo,
teams.
Tua about to get money now. Little
Yeah,
young
he
Tua,
he looked
his
good
little
the other
brother. He
day.
looked. They was fine, dog. Maryland might be all right.
They
They
was
got
And
good.
he
bad
off that
ballers. And
he off the tree too, off of the Nick Saban tree. So
Mike Loxley, the head coach, another guy like you said, Aaron, from the Saban tree. He was at Maryland a few years ago, went to Alabama, came back. I think in a few years, man, I
I like
told you
Maryland.
they gonna
I
be
like Maryland.
okay. And in the
Gonna be a
back end of Under
powerhouse.
Armour, they gonna
The
be all
best
right.
coach they had since Friedgen, dog.
Of
Easily.
course.
Yeah. All right, dog. On to some NFL, dog. On to some NFL. 4-year, $56 million extension. Mark Andrews. I guess they got to pay their one receiver. You know they lost all their running backs just about. There's only 2 running backs on the roster right now.
Jeez.
Go ahead and sign Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah. Just bring
They
him
looking
in.
at Le'Veon. They looking at somebody else too.
One dude was a bum, and then the other dude was Freeman.
Oh yeah, Freeman. Yeah, that's exactly who Devontae Freeman, and then they had Le'Veon. So yeah, they probably gonna sign Le'Veon. They probably gonna have to sign Le'Veon. But yeah, I mean that's their top receiver. So I mean to me they had to do this. Tyrod Taylor named the starting QB for the Houston Texans. Do y'all think like what happened to Deshaun? Like they just gonna sit him? No word from the league office, nothing.
So he can get hurt, and then you got to pay this Bama out his whole salary.
I
They want to
mean,
move him. He already told you he's not playing for them.
mhm.
And so in order to make sure he's healthy to be able to move him, what else can you do? You're not gonna put him on a practice squad and somebody snatch him up for the free
Why is the league not making a ruling on this situation, dog?
because they don't have to. He's not playing, right?
But he could play at any time, though.
I'm pretty sure the league has had a conversation with the team about the best way to go about this joint. Let the joint fall up under the carpet and just keep it hush for the time being. The longer it takes for something to happen, the longer you don't have to have that conversation.
But how do you keep this hush, though, Aaron? Like
Nobody's
he's
talking
on the
about it.
roster. It's
Nobody, other
crazy
than
that
you, nobody's talking about it.
Nobody's talking about this, dog. It's so strange to me.
And you saw how they dropped the ball with Ray Rice by having to make 2 rulings. So in their eyes, why would they have to make a ruling before they have to make a ruling? So until something happens in the criminal world, like where there's some type of verdict or conviction, or he ends up making a settlement with somebody where he's paying cash, basically acknowledging some sort of guilt or liability, why would you make a ruling that you could potentially have to do again down the road?
But would you have to do it again?
You saw what happened. What if some information comes out based on these investigations that wasn't out when you made the ruling? It's going to look like you didn't care about women, like you
Well, it
didn't take
look
it
like
serious.
that now. Bama's ain't doing nothing. They sitting on their hands right now.
But all they would do is say, okay, this guy is suspended and he's not playing, when the Joker's already not playing. Like, I don't understand what you want them to do. You just want them wings, dog. That's what that is. You like, this Bama ain't playing. He could be out there on the field. I want my wings. He ain't playing
Get
this
him
year, Harold.
Yeah, you're right, dog. It's just crazy. Another quarterback we're going to talk about. Tom Brady had some interesting comments the other day, and I was listening to it, and I was like, you know what? This is a very interesting take that he has here. So I'm gonna play the clip here, and then we can discuss it.
I think the one thing about football that's changed over the years, which I think is really hard for someone like me who's played a long time to watch, is like it's not being taught the right way. Like a quarterback should only throw the ball to certain places because your receiver is in danger of getting hit. For example, when I used to play against Ray Lewis, I wouldn't throw the ball to the middle of the field because he'd go after you and he would hit and we didn't always have the biggest receivers, but he would hit him and knock him out of the game. And now every hard hit is a penalty on the defense. So I feel like they penalize defensive players for offensive mistakes. So like if a quarterback, I was watching the Chicago Bear game, the quarterback messes up, doesn't see the blitzer, or the line screws up. I don't know what happened. But the quarterback or the line on offense, the defensive player comes in and hits him hard, and they throw a flag on the defense. So they've almost moved the protection of your opponent to you, as opposed to where it should be, which is on yourself. Like if you're a quarterback, you got to protect yourself and your players. It shouldn't be the responsibility of your opponent to protect you. And I think that's it creates really bad habits for players, because you feel like I can basically do anything. I could run and not slide. I can throw my receiver into any coverage and not have any repercussion for it. The only thing they're going to do is they're actually going to blame the defensive player for making a good, solid hit, and now the defensive player is going to feel like, oh, I can't do that, even though I feel like it was an offensive mistake. So in the end, I think it's a really disservice to the sport, because the sport isn't being played at a high level like I believe that it once was. It actually deteriorates because you're not teaching the players the reasons and the fundamentals of what the sport.
What are y'all thoughts on that? I like this Tom Brady.
He ain't tell a lie.
He didn't tell not one.
And I think it's a perspective that not a lot of people even thought about, let alone mention. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that you would only be able to understand from a quarterback's perspective, and somebody that's played in both eras where passing was like 50 to 55% a game to now where everybody's airing the ball out. And it basically makes it kind of started around the peak of the Matt Stafford career arc, where you started to see him hitting around 5,000 yards every year, even though he wasn't winning anything. And for some reason, it didn't look like he was a super elite player. He wasn't leading them to wins, but he was starting to pad those stats, where guys were feeling like, oh, if we pad these stats, we'll look like a genius to get a head coaching job from a lot of the old coordinators. So I think it's definitely an interesting perspective, and I can't spot a lie.
Yeah, man. He's spot on with his comments. I mean, the offense has to be more responsible for protecting themselves also. And the amount of flags that are against the defense is really hurting the game. I mean, one of the penalties that I really hate is the 5-yard defensive holding, or the illegal contact downfield, and how that's automatically a first down. I think it should be a spot foul, or just the 5 yards, and then if you got the first down with the 5 yards, cool, but 5 yards and then repeat the down. I don't like how it's automatically a first down, like a pass interference. And then talking about the whole, protecting, the players. Yeah, the offensive players are known for, because they know they have the right of way now. They're known for lowering their helmets too, to draw contact against the defensive player, or to draw the penalty against defensive players. So yeah, man, Tom Brady, he was spot on with that. I have no issue with it. Football is a violent sport. It's always going to be
not
violent.
that violent. It's not that violent anymore, no. They trying to take the violence out of it.
I know they try,
but you won't suit up and go out there for a check.
Nah, Bob.
It's violent enough.
Oh man.
No, but it was a time when you couldn't go across the middle at all. Like, you was gonna pay.
Yeah, but the league got to start cutting checks for that CTE, and you know them white boys ain't gonna keep doing that.
You already know. Okay, we here, dog. We ready to do it, young Jeremy. You joined us just for this. It's the moment of truth. We are here. Pick'em 2021 OSS is week 1. Here go the spreads. I got the cue card ready. Of course, every week I'm gonna send out the updated sheet with all the picks and everything, the green and the red. Everybody gonna know where we at. The first game is Thursday night. We know the Cowboys dealing with some Rona issues, Jerm. Your boys.
Yeah.
On the offensive line, it's not nice. Tampa Bay's favorite -7.5. Dak's gonna be out there. Zeke's gonna be out there. They're gonna play the game. Who you going with?
As a Cowboys fan, I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win and cover this game, man. It's going to be a blowout, I believe, for Week 1. Zeke and Dak haven't played at all this preseason. This is the game they're going to be using to try and get into rhythm. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming off of a Super Bowl victory. They're going to be, hyped up for everything going on. And it's the Dallas Cowboys coming into town. So that's another reason to be hyped. If this was another team, I could probably see this as a trap game for the Buccaneers, but there's no trap games with the Dallas Cowboys. So I'm going with the Buccaneers to win and cover.
Okay. Strong play. Aaron?
Lock. Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. We unanimous. That's always dangerous. Well, D's not here to make it official, but we're going to get his picks offline. Yeah, but we unanimous. And every time we're unanimous, the joint never goes the way we anticipated. But it's Week 1, so I'm going with it. I'm not going to go against the grain just yet. Okay. Next game, we got Seattle at the Indianapolis Colts. Colts are underdogs at home to Seattle minus the 3. So Seattle would have to win by 3 or more points. Actually, they have to win by 4 in order to cover this spread. Who you going with?
Colts.
I will go with I'll go with Seattle.
Jeremy is taking a walk on the wild side and going with Seattle. I'm going with the Colts 2 with Aaron. Okay. Lone Ranger, yeah, there you go. Jeremy, first one of the year. Jacksonville Jaguars at the Houston Texans. We just talked about it. Tyrod Taylor is the starter. No Deshaun. New head coaches, new teams. Jacksonville's favorite minus 3. I feel like this is a trap. I'm going to go ahead and take Houston.
Give me Jacksonville. Lock it up.
I'm going to go with Houston on this one.
Okay. So on that one, we got Aaron is the Lone Ranger. Me and Jeremy going with Houston. And Aaron going with Jacksonville. Okay. Next game. Philadelphia's Eagles, not 76ers, scratch Ben Simmons, at the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are favorite minus 4. New head coach for both teams. New players. Who you rocking with?
This one's tough, but I will go with Atlanta on this one. I won't be shocked if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna go with Atlanta on the record.
Okay, Jeremy's going with Atlanta. Aaron?
Give me the Eagles.
Eagles it is. I'm taking the Eagles as well. Okay, next game. The Los Angeles Chargers at the Washington football team. Your Washington football team. Chargers are favored minus 1.5.
That spread creeping. Vegas money
Yeah,
say what?
It's going back and forth, dog. It was on Washington for a half a point, then it went back to the Chargers.
What'd that tell you normally? If it wasn't your home team, what'd that tell you? Vegas money leaning super heavy on Washington. I mean, on Chargers.
On the Chargers, yeah. Chargers gonna win, dog. Yeah.
Vegas gonna tell you what the play is every time, though.
They gonna tell you. I'm going with the Chargers. I think that's a done deal.
That's a 2.5 point swing in the spread for a season that hadn't even started yet.
Yeah. I'm going with the Chargers. And even if it's looking a little suspect, they gonna pull some strings. Don't worry. Uh, Jeremy,
I'm gonna
who
go
you
with the
go?
Chargers on this one. I think they should be able to win by 2 points or more of this
Okay,
game.
we unanimous. We unanimous. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Buffalo Bills. Bills are favored 6.5, essentially a touchdown.
Give me Pittsburgh to cover.
All right, I'm taking Pittsburgh as well.
I'm taking Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh gonna win. So, but Pittsburgh, regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't see a Mike Tomlin team come out that joint not ready to play.
I'm teasing that drink by a touchdown too.
Mhm.
Let me go ahead and write my teaser drink down.
Okay. Let's see here. See here. Chargers. Pittsburgh. Okay. Next game on the docket, you got the San Francisco 49ers at the Detroit Lions. San Francisco's favorite -7.5.
Lock.
Aaron's calling it a lock. I'm assuming for the San Francisco 49ers.
Fact. This is the worst team in the league they play. They're gonna be picking number one overall.
I agree. And I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers as well.
That's also going on the teaser by a touchdown. So they only got to win by a half point.
I'm gonna go with San Francisco.
Did you
Yeah,
have to think about it, Jeremy?
I mean, that 7.5 is tough though. Like that's I know Detroit is bad, or they're going to be bad. It's just I don't know. That's just not. But either
Dog, when
way,
the score is
I'll
30
go
to
with San
17,
Francisco.
dog, you're going to be like, what was I even contemplating that for? Minnesota Vikings at the Cincinnati Bengals. Vikings are favorite -3.5. Good old Kirk Cousins. Here we come. Who you going with?
Give me the Vikings.
Aaron is going with the Vikings for the 3.5.
I'm gonna go
Jeremy?
Cincinnati. Kirk Cousins ain't gonna do it in week 1.
Oh,
Cincinnati gonna get. They gonna. I think Cincinnati's gonna win. So Cincinnati.
Oh, you know if they win week one, if Kirk lose to them, I'm gonna be untenable on this track this year.
I this one I'm back and forth over. I
Dang,
think
Carolina?
I think Minnesota does it though. I think Minnesota does it. I'm going with Minnesota. They can't afford to lose this one. Okay? All right. New York Jets at the Carolina Panthers. And the spread has moved
This joint is confusing me, dog.
in favor of Carolina 5.5.
They either know something
I'm
that
going with
I don't know
Carolina.
yet, dog.
I'm going with Carolina.
The joint moved a full point in 24 hours here.
I'm going with Carolina.
I'm walking on the wild side. Give me the Jets. Zach Wilson, you messed this up. You're done for the rest of your career. You know how I go over here.
Aaron,
I'm
why
going
are
with the
you
Jets,
taking
dog.
it?
Because Sam
Okay.
Darnold is a bum, and I don't understand
Dog,
why the
listen,
point spread is
listen.
moving a point
So
and a half.
so so
I mean,
this
a
so this is
point.
what I'm gonna tell you. I watched the last preseason game of the Jets because when I saw the spread, I was confused just like you. And so I said, I need to get a little more intel to see what the heck is going on because there's some funny business going on. And I looked and I saw the game plan. First of all, this is the first thing I saw. Sam Darnold played an entire first half.
In the
How
last
many teams is
preseason
doing
game,
in the last preseason game? That's the first thing. Second thing that I noticed is that the offense that they're running is crossers. You know what crossers are, Aaron.
that's the Kirk Cousins
All
offense all day
you,
long.
you already
Stat
know.
patty time,
You
extra yak.
already know. And they're putting the ball quickly into the playmakers' hands. when Sam Darnold held onto the ball, it was trouble. But when he played them little crossers and was just throwing side to side, the offense was moving. And they got Christian McCaffrey, who is a dynamic player. I would not be surprised if the Panthers played a lot better. And it's another factor too that I don't think people are like kind of factoring in, because I'm almost about to put this jump on the teaser. Matt Rule, you know what he's done to programs. He's taken bad programs and flipped them around.
I
And
do like him as a head coach.
He's very intentional about the things that he does. And I would be surprised him playing against a rookie head coach in week 1 and not having his team prepared to play. And we always talk about preparation, because preparation is 50% of your chances to win.
But 5 and
It's
a
50.
half. If it was 2.5, I would be rocking with the Panthers. I don't understand the touchdown favorite, dog. I'm not picking the Jets to win. I'm picking them to cover that 5.5.
Okay. Jeremy,
Yeah,
you've heard all this intel. What
I'm
are
picking
your
the Jets to cover. Like that is tough. Sam Darnold still, like you all said, still the quarterback for the Panthers. I know he's going to be playing his former team, but I mean, I also think that the Jets defense is going to be pretty good, even this being their first game under Robert Saleh. I think the defense is going to be good. So I think it's going to be a close game. So Jets to cover.
Okay. There
I'm
you
really
go.
confused. Like, it's very rarely that I can't at least see what the intention of Vegas is. This drink has me completely baffled, though.
So if we just going by the number alone is saying that they're pushing you to pick the Jets.
Facts.
They're pushing you to say, pick the Jets.
I'm
And
taking the
Zach
bait in
Wilson.
this one, though. Yeah, that's definitely what they're doing, but I'm taking the bait.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. Arizona Cardinals at Tennessee Titans. Titans are favorite -3.
Lock. Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm going with Tennessee. And they setting up a lot of people with these 3-point spreads, though, because you gotta, yeah, it's a setup.
I'll go with Tennessee.
All right, Jeremy takes Tennessee, and we unanimous. Okay. All right. Then we have the Cleveland Browns, the Browners, at the Kansas City Chiefs. Pat Mahomes, Andy Reid. Cleveland. I'm going with Cleveland.
You're not putting that on your parlay?
I am on my cheap parlay. The cheap one, I'm
Oh,
putting
the
them on
$50 drink.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs.
What was the spread again?
6.
6. Ooh. So they got to get 6 or more. Give me the Browns.
Dog, I feel like the Browns are underdogs, dog, and they like to be in that position. When they're front runners, I feel like, oh yeah, they're gonna let you down. But when these Bama's are like kind of counted out, I feel like that's the place they want to be in. So that's what I'm banking on. All right, Browns there. Okay, Miami Dolphins at the New England Patriots. Patriots are favorite -3 at home. I don't know.
Miami
I'm
to
feeling
win
different about this.
outright.
You ain't putting that on the teaser.
No, this is a fact. I'm putting that on not a teaser. I'm putting it on the parlay. That's how I feel about it.
Straight up.
Straight up.
I mean, I'm going with New England in this one. Yesterday I picked Miami, but today I'm picking New England because I feel like the league needs another great white hope in New England.
Give me Miami. I'll take Miami.
Okay. Okie dokie. I'm the Lone Ranger. I love it. Okay. All right. Now we got the Denver Broncos at the New York Giants. Giants are underdogs at home by 2.5. I'm going
Lone
with
Wolf.
Denver.
I'm going Lone Wolf. Give me the Giants.
I'm taking Denver. Aaron is taking the Giants. That's risky.
I am going to Giants at home going up against Denver.
Daniel Jones is a turnover machine. I can't.
I'll go with Denver. Yeah, I'll go with Denver. I think Von Miller he's healthy, right? If he's healthy, then
Should be.
I think he'll be able to wreak havoc on that offensive line of the Giants. And I believe Saquon is not going to be 100% if he plays. So yeah,
They're gonna be doing a lot of coddling with Saquon. A lot of coddling. Green Bay Packers at the New Orleans Saints. Saints are underdogs at home, plus 4.5. Green Bay's favorite. I'm
yep.
going with the Saints.
This game is going to be, I believe, a offensive shootout. I believe. I will go with Green Bay though to cover.
Green Bay.
Okay. I'm the Lone Ranger. Okay. All right. Next game, Chicago Bears at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams are favorite -7. This is the Sunday night football game where we'll watch Andy Dalton get murdered. And I'm going with the Rams.
Oh, 7? Ew, I just looked at what you said. 7 though. Give me the Bears to cover.
Not me. Give me the Rams.
The Bears is actually a smart pick though. Because if you look at that Bears defense, it's still real. Um, yeah. So, Jeremy, you taking the
Taking the
Bears?
Bears.
All right. Get you here. All right, and then the Monday night game, the Baltimore Ravens at the Vegas Raiders. Baltimore's favorite -5. So 6 wins you the money, 2 field goals. What happened the last time that the Ravens played the Raiders, though? Didn't they mud hold them?
Give me the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm going with the Raiders also.
To cover, not to win.
I'm going with the Ravens. And you're taking the Raiders, Jeremy?
Yeah, the Raiders.
And Aaron taking the Raiders. Okay. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Week 1 in the books. I will get these picks and we will populate it into the spreadsheet and I will have it up on the OSS 980 page for all to see. Follow us at OSS 980. Please share, subscribe. We on here every Tuesday. We got the Lock Factory show. We got some fantasy stuff I'm about to put up. We every week we got Washington football team recap. We coming with all the content. So rock with us heavy. Shout out my man Jeremy. Always appreciate you, good brother,
Oh, no
joining us and
problem,
rocking
man.
out with us. Sports Reality. Check them out. Make sure you follow and show your support. I mean, we not asking for no money. All we asking for you to do is click a like button, a subscribe. That's it. It don't cost you nothing. That's all I'm saying. So please rock with us. Shout out to Sports Talk. Tasha, sorry about your Miami. I know they got Maho. But shout out to you. Shout out to Jenna Garcia. Shout out to my man Van, Christian, my man Brian, everybody who rock with us heavy and follow the show and support the brand. Go cop you some OSS gear. We got the gear on. That's all we rocking this whole winter. We in the OSS. And we out.